Welcome everyone. This morning is my first attempt at casting a League of Legends in-house game, including a lot of members of CC and some members of AO1. I think it's officially an AO1 match. However, it still should be fun. I believe they've already played a match today, so this is kind of a second grudge match to see who actually, if I believe the blue team, let me see, the blue team won last time, and so this is a game to see if blue team can clinch the 2-0 or if red team can fight back. So on the blue side we have Indomaltus in, let's see, what lane is he? I don't know, we'll find out. Oh, Indomaltus top lane. Captain America AD carry. Jiminy in jungle. Sylvan on support. And Miss Kriz in mid. And on the red side we have Notorious as AD carry. Plenivere support. It's the twins, the dreaded twins bot lane. Jermwar in top lane. Jumpin' Jiminy Cricket in jungle. And Zorlof in mid. Interestingly enough, there's two Master Yi jungles, and they are both on the red side of the map. Oh, it looks like the red Master Yi is going down. Fortunately, 2 kills against red. Their chances for coming back are a little bit tougher, but it's still very early, hard to call. Fortunately, this is going to really set Master Yi on the red side back, because having a really rough start like that is hard to recover from. He's going to have to go at full speed and power farm up. Bot lane seems to be doing well. I actually, if I had to make a guess, I would say that bot lane is probably the best hope for a good early lead for red side. Primarily because, I mean, the whole bot lane they're all good players. But Plenivere and Notorious do have a lot of experience playing together. I think they have a good synergy, and as far as comp goes, Jinx, Karma is, I would expect them to have a slight edge over Jace and Sona. Because Jace is only in range part of the time. If he stays in range the complete time, he's a bit mana gated. He has to switch forms to be able to melee attack minions to regain mana. And Karma and Jinx are a lot more poke heavy. They don't have to get in close, they can stay at range and basically kite around. Now the Sona sustain is nice, but I think that Jinx Karma, if they play it correctly, can poke out. And you can see there's already a 12 CS lead, or an 11 CS lead bot lane, which is really good. So they need to keep snowballing that advantage. Top lane is the other way around. Indomaltus is doing quite well and farming quite well. Fortunately, Malphite does not have teleport, because now would be a perfect time for him to back and heal up and then teleport back to top lane. But the trouble that the red side Master Yi had early, he actually is playing into a better team, because for a Master Yi that's fed and has a good amount of gold on him, the one thing that stops him from going off in team fights is crowd control. And if we look at the crowd control of the two teams, you can see that red side has a significant advantage. They have Malphite ult and Q. Oh wow. Indomoltus is unfortunately out of mana. He might have enough for that last Q. And there it is. Well played. Oh my goodness, so the minion's gonna finish him? Oh, they did. Wow. What a trade. Anyway, red side has a lot of crowd control. Every single person on the team except Master Yi has a crowd control spell, whereas on the blue side, the crowd control is a lot more limited. They have Sona ult. That's the only reliable crowd control. Kennen's crowd stun depends on him landing combinations of abilities and attacks. And Jace has a knockback, that's about it. So if both Master Yis get fed, I would expect the red side Master Yi would have a lot easier time of just outright attacking the blue side. Anyway, this looks not very good for Captain. He is probably going to die here. Oh, she lost vision. Okay. Well played. Yeah, mid lane seems, aside from that one death, mid lane is going very equal here. Miss Kriz versus Zorlov seems to be a pretty good matchup. It's always the goal of these in-house games, or it's always the best situation when the lanes have kind of a similar matchup, because if one lane is way skewed off of another and one person just gets like 8 kills and the other person has 0 or dies 8 times, it kind of makes the game not as fun to play. Blue team with a 1k gold lead. Very well played to them. They seem to be, all that gold seems to be sitting on their top lane and their jungler. So they're doing the exact right thing here. If all your gold's in your top lane and your jungle, you gank the top lane and keep it going. But since the junglers show top, this is potentially a good call. Red side's making the call for the dragon. So it might be a dragon for a top turret here. If unfortunately blue doesn't have vision. If they did and Master Yi saw that, he probably should go top and make sure they secure that turret. Well played, Notorious. See, this is the power of this team comp in bot lane. It's just so poke heavy and really hard to get into. Like, if you're Jace Sona, you're going to have a lot of trouble getting on top of these two. And if you come into melee range, they have a lot of ways to deal with you. You have Karma W, which is a stun, and you have a shield, which grants move speed. And Jinx has chompers and a lot of damage. And here's the example of the Karma W. Karma's tanking very nicely. Oh, this is not good for Notorious. There is the auto. Indomoltus is doing the right thing here. Just go and secure the turret, more map control. So here's what I'm talking about right now. Red team has so much CC. Master Yi could have double killed there if there wasn't so much CC, but they just lock him down and he can't do anything. And this is where I'm a little bit worried about team comps for mid to late game. Oh, Zorlov got the twisted advance. Does he have the Q? Oh wow, Miss Kriz getting out like a bandit. So this is going to be pretty much the jungle and top lane of blue side versus the bot lane of red side. So I'm really excited to see how this match works out. You watch, like blue side Master Yi, he's going to have a lot of trouble just because the CC train is going to be really strong from red side. But it is going to be on red side to execute it correctly. If they waste their crowd control abilities and stuns on the wrong targets, and blue side Master Yi gets to go off and have his way with the team, it could completely be a stomp for blue. So it's gonna be a very important thing for red side to execute correctly in team fights. Unfortunately, it's very hard. The very interesting fact that both sides have Master Yi jungle and both of them are named Jiminy. Oh, here we go. You see the power of the 2v1. There is no tower there, so Malphite needs to back off right now. But I think this is going to be a trade, potentially. Oh! Well played into Maltus. Very, very well done. Fortunately, I think blue side Master Yi was waiting on his Alpha Strike cooldown. That was a very close timing. That last kill could have gone either way. That was very well done. Jace has done well. He's caught back up in farm. This is where I feel like Jinx and Karma need to sit further forward. Oh good, the stun only hit one person. It's good for red side. Very nice cleanup. That was a godsend that Master Yi showed up there. Well done for blue side. They're off to a very, very strong 4,000 gold lead. Now let's talk about another issue. So red side has a CC advantage, but something that red side doesn't have is very strong wave clear. In fact, their biggest wave clear source is just Jinx, potentially Karma, and a little bit Malphite, but the other, they don't have a strong amount of wave clear in every single lane. And blue side's wave clear seems to be a bit stronger. Jace can melee wave clear because he has AoE damage. The Doge can wave clear with his E. Kennen can wave clear with his EW combo. So I expect that blue is going to put up a strong presence due to pressuring. I mean, that's what they should be doing here, like they've been doing. I think red is going to struggle with being able to clear lanes and deal with pressure. Because, for example, look at what's going on top lane. If you have two people pushing in like that, if they both kept pushing, who's going to go top to deal with it? And with blue side being ahead, they have a number of champions that can execute dives pretty effectively. So if you can't clear the wave and the minions crash into your turret, it's hard for you to be able to stand there and defend the turret because they can, in a lot of cases, just dive you. Now this is going to be hard, although this is a 3v1 here, so the goal here is Master Yi needs to pull out before he gets in Q range, which is what he's doing, which is really good. Malphite needs to Q slow. Very well done. He shouldn't have walked in there. That was just an absolute instant death. The Doge has his Q stacked pretty hard here. Malphite needs to pull back right now, because the next Q is going to kill him. Oh, they've got the heal. Mind games up. Good flash. Doge is going to sustain pretty effectively. Yeah, just one more Q. Don't get into range, Malphite, or you're dead. Yeah, see, why would you walk in there? It's an automatic death. And that's going to be a death if he gets onto him. He needs to auto a couple times. Oh, good, the slow was excellent. Whoa! The clutch rocket saving the day. So, Hive, your red side, you're a bit behind now. How do you get back into this? You only have one teleport. That is a good question. See, if you have cheap wave clear, it's very nice because you can essentially just sit there, be very safe from dives, and not. Did Notorious not have chompers, or did she already use them? See, there's an example right there. If you can't get the CC off on Master Yi, he just does whatever he wants. If they had gotten the CC off on him, any sort of stun, that would have been a completely different fight. Yeah, see, this is what's happening. Indomaltus is so far ahead right now. It's going to take 3 people to kill him, and even then, I don't know if they're going to kill him here. And the whole while, look at mid and bot. Mid is pushing up, and bot is pushing up. It's that really inexpensive wave clear, and they're just applying so much pressure. And Indomaltus is pulling so many people to deal with him. Malphite should have walked away. You got to remember to respect that Q. Yeah, this is a point where you cut your losses. I don't know, though. It's going to be kind of hard to do that. Because that's a Q is going to kill him. There we go. At this point, I think it's going to be very hard for Red to win. I think that Blue is going to have to make some mistakes. Or they're going to have to, if Blue groups and they have a team fight and everything works out for Red, it could work out well. The problem is, the correct thing is Blue is playing it really well. They're applying pressure in multiple lanes. They're not trying to group very much, which they really shouldn't, because Red doesn't have any way to deal with split pushing like that. They don't have enough wave clear. And Blue is far enough ahead that you can, say as like the Doge, you can sit there and you can pull 2 or 3 people top lane and create a big imbalance in the rest of the map, and then the cheap wave clear can just push the waves up, and Red falls that much further behind in gold and objectives. Now there was good CC, but Blue is very far ahead at this point. Blue is practically 10k ahead, so the CC was executed correctly, but there's so much item advantage on Blue right now that Red still can't do anything about it. Oh, we got the double shutdown here. Here's the turnaround. It's not going to make up the gold difference, but it certainly will help. Notorious getting in with the triple. So yeah, this is going to be help us, Notorious, Juan Kenobi, you're our only hope. So at this point, there's so much pressure applied, Blue essentially can just force control of any objective they want. The Doge has got a really good push top lane, there's pressure mid lane. Blue really can just go for Dragon right now. there's not a whole lot that red can do about it. For example, if red came and just went for dragon, blue could just go for baron and get it essentially free. Looks like blue's doing that. They're using their time pretty well. You know, if you got the time and you see the enemies in the map, which they do, you don't necessarily have to fight. If you're this far ahead, you just starve their jungle, and it's a pretty safe thing. Oh, cannon going down. The CC train's going off. Okay, let's see. Oh, Master, he almost went in there. I thought we were going to have to see another CC train. This is going to be a raid boss situation here. We'll see how this works. There's no Sona ult available. Problem is now there's too many priority targets. You have to CC the Doge and you have to CC Master Yi. Otherwise he's just going to do like what he's doing here. Blue shouldn't be here for reasons like that. They're just going to home guard off the fountain. And then this is a risky play. Yeah, see, you just waste summoners for free doing this. When you win a fight like that, don't push the base. It's already pushed enough. Either rotate bot lane and take this here, which is a much lower risk, or just go get dragon and baron because they're completely free. You're so far ahead. It's just it's a zero risk, complete reward decision. Doing stuff like that may pay off, but it's really questionable. Anytime you make a decision to do something really risky, it may be fun, but you're essentially giving the other team a big window to get back in the game. So we'll see how effective CC is right here. Oh, well, CC came a little late there. Wow. He needs to pull. Ah, the minion just smacked him in the face. Those inhibitor-empowered minions are pretty strong. That is a dead tree, I think. Yep. Okay, Jace has the right idea here. This is what the people in mid should be doing. They could double split top and bottom lane right now because they're both in a perfect position to just take the tower and inhibitor for free. And a red team that's already really weak on wave clear can't come deal with both sides. A little swag EQ from Jace there. Like, don't bother me while I'm taking this inhibitor. Oh, just give me those kills. +6. Yes, this is GG. Oh, Captain! Oh, Sona! Yeah, this is where it's going to be very hard to push in without more people on the team. I don't know. They're just going to go for it. +6. Very, very well played, the blue team. Oh, not over yet. Here we go with throws. You gotta get your throws in. They're still in it. It's actually interesting that both teams ran teleport on their mids. Normally I'd expect to see it on the top. And I expect Kennen to take Flash because Flash is actually really effective on him. Ah, here we go, the Yi Peke. So close. I think Captain has the right idea here. This is what I would recommend doing. Just take the inhibitors and let the minions do the work. I mean, punish them for having bad wave clear. And then now just rotate top, take their whole jungle and push top in. Or you can just go for the kills. Good game. Well played, the blue team. Very, very strong game for them. Thanks for watching.